Good morning. I was just trying to move that around in the list, not activate it. But hey, let's go. So, just positioning something. All right. So, I just deleted that. I think that was just getting the safe system running. Was what I had going last time. I had this on the list, and it is now done. I'll move these up to here. So last time I had an issue where it installed a package, which is a player prefs editor, which gave me this panel to see the player prefs, which I might just dock here. And the issue was it had thrown all of its code right in here in my assets, and it was showing up on my version control. It is possible to ignore things like add a git ignore file and put files to ignore, but it's also just bad structure to have external dependencies be so I'm going to move this and adjust that a bit and adjust that like that. Someone's been moving my computer. I think it was me when I was adjusting some cables. Yeah, it was basically showing up here, and that's not what you want from an external dependency. So I repackaged it. So the way I did that was pretty simple. So basically, it had put this folder in here when I installed it. And just see if I can put that over there for a minute. And so all I did is, bear with me 1 second, and I'll just get this over to the development screen mode. Here we go. So I feel like I should maybe be streaming on a 1080 or a 1440 monitor instead of a 4K. Can I? It's bigger. It's not changing the text size, is it? Anyway, basically, I've got this directory where I put Unity packages, and I just moved everything that it had put into the assets directory into player prefs editor here, and I just added this package.json file, and that's what it looks like here. So it just has a name, which I looked up the website associated with that package, and it's just like the reverse of the URL, the domain of that website. It's a typical way to get unique names that you own, is just use your own domain, but reversed. So it's at bgtools.de, so that gives us a unique name for it. The version, I just got that from the version that is installed, and I just got a display name here. And what that means is that you can grab your package manager window, and then you go add a package from disk, and yeah, you just select that package.json file and open, which I've already done here, and that will install it. So you can see just here under the packages other section, and that brings it in where it should be under packages, and you don't get it being added to version control. It's possible that that still shows up in the directory and might still show up in version control if you don't have your version control connected or set up properly. But mine is. Should have a gitignore file. Okay. Let's see if I can find my gitignore file. That. Here it is. So here's my gitignore file for this package, for this project, sorry. So you can tell from this documentation up the top here, this is one that I just grabbed from there. And it's just a pre-made one that ignores all of the things that you don't typically want to include. Library, temp, builds, logs, user settings, and a few other things. So you can see why it's good to grab a pre-made one, but then anything else you want to ignore, you can. So if you like to keep a notes directory, or you keep your own notes or something, you can just ignore it from here. Although if that's personal, there's another way to ignore that, which is in the .git directory. You can set something up so it sort of just ignores things in your local Git checkout. I'm not going to go into that today because today I'm making games. So, yeah, I'm getting pretty close here. So I was repackaging that. I've done that. Talked about that. Let me move this thing now. This is not a very big list for today. So I'll probably need to pull in something else. But you can see I'm getting near the end of my planned maiden systems. And stats system are pretty easy, I think. I'll set it up with just a few stats. I'm going to pop that here actually, and probably get to that today. But I'll also grab this tutorial system, put that here, and I might get to that today, I'm not sure. So that'll pretty much just be putting text onto the book. Just get this main menu hidden. There we go, we've got the book. And let's activate that debug canvas so I get the button. There's the regenerate button. There it is. Let's run this. So I now have it keeping track of the level. So just here in player prefs, you can see we've got level 8. There's level 8. Lots of blue-haired people in this level. And most likely, I guess someone with curly hair like that. Could it be that person? They look pretty similar, but their skin's a bit lighter, so maybe parent with lighter skin. Okay. That should have updated to 9 now. Yep, that's 9. But I also want to have something in settings here where you can reset your level back to the first level. So that's what this is. Let's stop that running. Grab the settings dialog. Open. And just in the content for that. Let me just add a new button. Like so. I haven't done any styling on this, but that's more of a polish kind of thing. Looks like a big list, but there's not that much there. Lots of little things. Okay, so this button, let's just get the text on that to say something better. Now I'm going to just anchor that to the top. I think I've done with everything else in here. No, meant to do with everything else in here. So let me anchor those to the top as well. Just so that everything sort of moves together. Now, how do I want that to look exactly? Oh, don't want to be moving that. I feel like that is not resetting. It's interesting. I moved that background image and it, like when I undid it, I don't think it actually undid that properly. If I now save that scene, then I should be able to find that one. Unfortunately, I've edited a few different things. So this is the, let's see what's changed. This will be the new button just here. This is anchoring off one of those checkboxes that's activating dialog. Something else new there. We like the button and its text. That could be it there. It looks like a floating point rounding error. If I go like that and save the scene, does it change this? I don't think so. Not particularly great for just reading with your human eyes. That could be it there, really. Let's see if this changes these numbers here are the relevant ones. That hasn't. I just don't remember exactly where I had this. I mean, it was probably centered or something, but centered on what exactly? Yeah, on the page. I'm going to go with that. Right, now pressing that. What's that area down there? Oh, that's just the thing that happens when I stop it. Which doesn't matter because it's stopping. Okay, so how do I want that to look? I still haven't got the sizing of that right, but that's for later. So grab that button. Where do I want to put that? Here. And let's call that reset progress button. And I think I'll make this a two-stage button. So I'll need a script for that. This is part of the user settings. So just create a script here. Yep. Okay, this is going to be an interesting little button here because it's going to have. Did that work? Dropping that script on there. It just needs to take a bit of time. So I'm going to make it two. I could even do it like a three-stage button. Do as many as I like, really. I was about to say something, but I might say something else. So what I was going to say is, so I could have this button, and I could just add another text on there, or as many texts and images and whatever as I want, and then just show or hide them as when you click. So when you click, it would like hide this text and show text like, "Are you sure?" So I'd have another text object over there. But another option is to just have a single text, reference that from the script, and have an array of things that, of like button labels that it should use. So that could be like do it synchronous field for button labels, and also want a text. There. And finally, want a public got this thing called on button click. Clicked here. Let's get those out of here. Don't need those. All right. There's going to be a little more to it than this. So that'll increase index and then grab whatever that is and set that text. But we don't want to always do that. So if yes, if that's true, after we've incremented this, if it's less than number of labels, then show that label. And return. So I could pop an else here, but if I return from this if block, now we can just go right here without being nested in another block. So this is where we'll actually reset the levels. So where do we? It's probably the game manager. No. See what we actually want to do there. Let's go just like every time I see that dialog, I'm going to select LF. Okay, so this one does report level finished. It does current level plus. This is a property that increases the level number here. Okay. So that will handle setting it in settings. And so this is current level. And we need to be able to just set it from outside. So make it public. Wondering, is it better to do that or just have like a reset level? I'll do a reset level rather than expose that, because we don't want other things just coming in and doing that. So it belongs, oh, we've got reset level. No, that's not what we want. Might need some better naming there to distinguish it. Level equals 1. So it's doing little effects in the victory dialog. That's not what we want. And I think we want to, I'll decide this in a minute. So yeah, I want to do something that makes sense there. But at least now I can just call game manager instance reset level progress, and that will get that behavior. That's all this button should care about. It should not be doing anything beyond just its basic functionality. All right. And we shouldn't need anything on start or update. What I do want though is like a delay where this button will reset back to index 0 if you've clicked it and then don't do anything. All right, let's get that wired up properly here. So pop that button text there. And we've got 0 labels right now. So we want that label to start with. We could on start set that. Are you sure? We're back at level 1. We can do this all day. Really? I warned you. But it'd be fun to record some audio for this button too. I warned you. Yeah, okay, you asked for it. I think that'll do. I think I'll go for one more. This will be separate just because it's conceptually a bit different. Okay, now I don't know what that suggestion was here, but this is the when it's actually done its effect. Final label. Try to come up with a better name than that, but that'll do for now. Let's at least get that going. So this is the label for after it's done that effect. Let that go. Yeah, final label. It is done. Yes, that knows what I want to do. Okay, that should basically work. Let's test that out. And then I'll get it resetting that index. Oh, and also I want that index to reset to 0. Just here. So it's ready for next time. There we go. Oh. I'm trying to select something over there. Wait, that plays on the stream too, does it? It sure does. Well, why can't I select that? That implies there must be some kind of a dialogue somewhere. Oh, here. Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. Because I was closing a document window. All right. Have you finished loading up your thing? Can you run now? Okay, so I've got current level 9. I'm going to hit reset progress. Did anything happen? Did I get maybe an error on the console? Nothing at all is happening here. I'm not even getting any logging. And I know why. It's because this button is missing something. It's missing this. It doesn't actually have any behavior. Or click wired up. So basically I just need to use its own reset progress button, on button click. Now that's wired up. I could make a generic, really fancy one of these that has an array of label and action. So you could select different Unity events to happen for different labels that it would cycle through. Anyway, let's try it. Are you sure? Back at level 1? Really? I warned you. Okay, you asked for it. I'm going to ask for is a bit more padding on that button. Make it a bit wider. It's done, is it? Yes, that says 1. If I now close my settings, so that closes the settings. If I hit regenerate, it'll generate a level 1. Okay, and now we got a level 2. It's level 3. And now let's just go to our settings. Still saying it is done. But index is equal to 0 and it hasn't done anything to reset that. It's still hit this code here and got the second label though. So I can see it still says 4 there. And now it says 1. So all that's done is that. So this is the other behavior that I'm talking about. This in Game Manager when it does that. But if I hit regenerate, it'll be level 1 again. Let's go here. All right, well, that's enough of a test to confirm it's working. And now I need that delay. So I think that'll happen in all of these cases. So I think I will put the thing here. Will I? No. Figure that out in a second. I'll just refactor that when I've got it working. Let's just add something for this delay so I can control it without having to update the script. Let's call this label timeout because I'm already using reset. I don't want to overdo that. So now I don't want to kick off this coroutine. I'm going to make a coroutine, right? That will. I could do this in update loop even. Let's call it timeout label. So we're going to wait for that label timeout. And then we're going to set the index to 0. And then basically start that coroutine. So that'll work, sort of. But every time I click, it will kick off another coroutine here. So I think we'll have a reset happening no matter what. So I'm going to just Google that. Let's see if Chrome is behaving itself this time. It is not. That's really weird. Got a system restart and everything. Just haven't had time to sit down and debug that. Oops. Let's solve this. Okay. Come on, system, you can do it. Oh, that's something else that I was looking at. Yes, if you've done anything with web stuff, you get cause errors. This is relevant. And I've got a bunch of things open from last time. So let's close all those and we'll grab that, stop coroutine. That sounds like what I want. Interesting. Oh, that's sneaky. Look at this. This is UI kind of trick that is done. Not even a trick necessarily. So this is the natural thing to when I click here, right? Because that looks like a button. It's got a little bit of skeuomorphism there. The outline makes it appear to be a button. This is a button, and this is a button. And this is the natural place to look for the buttons on a dialogue. You don't tend to go over there. This is for left to right reading sort of cultures, at least. This is the place. So basically, what's being very strongly suggested to psychology is to allow all of the cookies and reject all is kind of minimized as an option. And confirm your selections over here is like it's off away from the button, so it doesn't even look like that. It's weird that they would put that there. I think confirm my choices should be where the reject all is, because why would you want people to have possibly chosen to enable some of them and then not be able to find the button for that? Anyway, that's enough of a rant there. Let's have a look. So we've got a method name or IEnumerator routine, and got coroutine there. This is interesting. I haven't delved too much into coroutines here. So So basically, if we want to stop a coroutine, I think we want to have the same, like the result of this. We want to save that and feed that into stop coroutine. But I'm just also wondering, this coroutine, what's the difference there? Because I've always done coroutines using enumerators. But yeah, coroutine. Start coroutine returns a coroutine. Instances of this class are only used to reference these coroutines and do not hold any exposed properties or functions. Okay. All right, that's making sense then. So wait and print, that's an enumerator. And when you call start coroutine, the wait and print start coroutine is actually yielding that. Okay, so yielding the coroutine allows it to essentially pause the start function, the start method, until it's finished doing that. That's cool. And yeah, so basically I need to save this. So that equals that. And use the explicit type there. And we can really don't have any other suggestions. So we should be able to refactor here. Have a refactor menu. It's quicker to just do this than to do the refactor here, but it's also quicker to do a refactor if I know where that is. Anyway, I'm just going to split the declaration of this. So if I grab that, grab this. And now I can put it up here so that we have it as a field on this class. And now every time we go to start that coroutine, we want to stop it first. I could have just called stop all coroutines, but okay. Don't know if that's okay to call with nothing. Or if it's okay to call with the same coroutine twice. We could have this timeout just clear itself. There. So now we're not equal to null. And stop that coroutine. And I could set it to null there, but I'm going to immediately assign the newly started one. All right, so that should work for those labels, but then this final label, we want to give it the timeout as well. So I think I'll just make a little function to do that. It's called restart timeout. And that's just going to have this stuff here. Because then we can do that there as well. Let's just do it straight after the label there. Okay. Is it because I didn't tell you that it's a string? I've just realized that, possibly should have mentioned that before I did this. I've just realized that we have the same lines of code here. We've got setting the label, followed immediately by restarting the timeout. And same thing here. And the slightly puzzled look that you would have seen while I was trying to get my neurons to fire there was just considering, do these things logically go together and therefore make sense to put into a method together, or are they too separate for that to make sense, and therefore not a good idea to put together because it will probably complicate things later. And in this case, it really is logically connected, where every time I change the label on that, I want it to be able to time out. I just realized I haven't actually done anything to set that text. So basically, resetting that timeout is specifically linked to setting that label. So I've done that there, but this one here, when I set it back, then I don't want any timeout. So just setting it directly. So yeah, now I've got those two things happening. And should be good. I just need to make sure I actually set that timeout in there. I could put a default there of, say, 10 seconds. Oh, we're looking for time. Wow, that's taken a lot of the time. Okay. Let's just button clicked to do set to index 1 after delay. So we're not even getting anything happening here, which is disappointing. What have I got selected? Got that button, got these elements here. Yeah, the label timeout 0. Let's set it to 3 seconds while testing here. 1, 2, 3-ish. Okay, so yeah, that was about 3 seconds. If I do about 1 per second with a 3-second timeout, we can tell that it's properly resetting the coroutine because it would have gone back to index 1 by now. Even when it's done, it goes back to that. Now, if I click that and it's on, it is done. If I click it again, it says, "Are you sure?" I think maybe when that "it is done" text is on there, when the final label is on, it possibly should disable the button. And then we re-enable it in the timeout. So that now, I don't think we want to just do enabled. Let's just have a look. Central button here. Got interactable disabled. See, that's disabled, but that's in the not enabled sense. Hmm. Don't know any of that stuff. Maybe interactable. Hmm. Yeah, let's try interactable. Is this subject interactable? Maybe that'll do it. So then after the timeout, let's just inline this. There. That whole thing there. True. I could catch this button component, but it's not really an issue for efficiency because it's only while you have this menu open, and when you have pressed the button some number of times and it has reset. Not going to kill the game performance-wise. What am I doing here? There, going to make sure that timeout makes sense. I think 10 is probably good. But let's stick with 3 for now for testing purposes. And let's see what happens. So what that means is that for 3 seconds after I've reset the level, let's finish a few levels here, just for the dopamine. You can't be that person's parent. Hey, well, about that one then. Very complicated. Not very complicated, really, but there we are. All right, let's look at our settings. And looks funny over there. Okay, so let me go through these. I haven't remembered to make that button bigger. Need to remind myself to do that. I warned you. Okay, you asked for it. Here we are. Oh, timed out. Oops. Okay, here we go. Now it's disabled, and now it's become re-enabled. I can do it again. Yep, that works. All right, good. Well, I'll just stop that. I'll set this timeout to 10, like I want it to be, because I've basically finished with that timeout. And I was also going to make that a bit bigger, because that is a bit too small when it's displaying. Let's say that big. And what is that lining up with? Center of the thing it's on? Or we can line up with whatever that line is. Just put that there for now. Okay, that should be all good. Let's save that. And kind of feel like making a commit here. So why don't I? And the progress reset button. So I've got that, but I just need to go to main menu, reset. So that's going to be in the game manager, I think. And I guess the way I'm going to do that is just what are my options here? What am I exposing from UI Manager? So this thing has got victory dialog and settings dialog. And that's all it's doing, really. It's not even doing anything with main menu because I think that what does main menu button do here? So I've got this button on there. Which says play the game. And that button sets itself active false. So deactivates itself. So I guess I just haven't put that in here so far. So this is the main menu. And so that's how those are working. So I could make this so that it will automatically clear one when it shows another, but this would be the place to coordinate mutually exclusive things. But I don't think we need that. Anyway, Game Manager is where I am. There we go, so I have it show the main menu. So you'll still have whatever level you are on in the background. But that's okay. I'm pretty sure that's okay. Let's test. Okay, so I'll generate level 1. Let's get to level 2. Here we are. Okay, well, we're on this level here. Interesting. Oops, I meant to just do a little bit of that level. Anyway, so here we are at level 5, but I'm going to reset my progress. Yes, I'm sure. I know I'll go back to level 1. Yes. Oh. Yeah, I broke it. Whoops. I broke it because I didn't put this main menu into the UI manager. And I don't have anything that checks if they're wired up. If this was going to get significantly bigger, I would possibly take a different approach there, or at least have some way that the dialogues, well, not even just the dialogues, anything that needs to be wired up, like these guys. Oops. Scroll is working on there and here at the same time. Oh yeah, because that was still focused. Yeah, some way to just check that any of these sort of things are wired up. I guess that would make sense to do in start. But it's kind of a bit manual, so I'd want something that's automatic so that you can't forget. Okay, where are we here? This is level 3, is it? All right, that's level 4. Let's do our reset. Yes, yep. Okay, now we've got this open. If I were to just hide that, the settings dialog is still open behind that. Now I think the settings dialog should go in front of that. Whichever one opens more recently is on top. Interesting. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Z position. I'm looking at the Z position. Here's the canvas. Sort order 0. Debug canvas, sort order 0. To dialog. Okay, these have, I think, all have sort order 0. Is that affecting it? I've got menu. I sort that 1. Okay, so if we want this victory, if we want the settings dialog to go on top, what if we put it at 10? Then it doesn't matter how enabled it is. Yep, so let me fix up those sort orders. On these guys, settings, that should go on top of other things. Let's put it at about 5. My debug canvas, I want this at 10. This is for development purposes. So I want it to just show up above everything. Now we've got our main menu and our victory dialog. Victory dialog can go at 0 and main menu can go at 1. Because the main menu, it may be possible at some point to open the menu and then return to the level you were on. I'll just go back to the victory dialog. So that seems okay. Right. Well, I'm nearly out of time this morning. Still connected, yes. Excellent. Okay. Just generate something there. Oh, we should get a button to the main menu. We must have a little green here because of good reasons. That's the same. Okay, I've got to level 5. So let's just go reset that. Okay, it's done. And yeah, we don't have the main menu showing over the top. We close it and we're on the main menu. And we can play the game and we're on level 1 again. Oh, that's the other person. Did I just skip 2 levels? equals 6. I might have to review that, but I'm just going to make a note for myself. Yeah, that was interesting. Let me just reset that. It's done, but oh, just found a little bug in this. If I close that dialog, it is now not enabled when the timeout happens. So I think I might need to fix that up. Like, on enable, I think I need to just make sure that we're back to our default state, which means we need to do these things. So let me pull those out into a method, extract a method here, and we'll call that, not too much resetting. There, set initial state. And on enable, we want to set initial state. There we go. So that means index is 0. It's got the first text. It is interactable, and there's no. Oh, we need to stop the coroutine as well. Which is kind of weird actually, because it means when it times out, it'll call set initial state, which should do these things. And then it won't set that to null because it would have stopped it. Don't know if that would actually be a problem. It would possibly try to call something that has been stopped. I don't know if that's bad or not. But what we can do here is just cache this. There we go. So this way we can capture the value, set the field to null, and then use that captured value. We don't really need to capture that value unless we actually have that there. So it's only if it has a value, then we can Oh wait, what am I doing? Yeah, if it was already equal to null, then it doesn't matter. And do that, so it actually uses the one that we've cached there. Right. Okay, I feel like I've possibly made this more complicated than it needed to be, but possibly not. What I sort of want is for if that coroutine was running when it became not enabled, then just like run it anyway. Run it when you re-enable it. Not sure. Okay, so we're gonna do some stuff here. It's done. That should time out after 10 seconds now. Got level 1. Okay. Okay, it's done. Now I close that. And I don't know if I open that and it's back anyway. I can't open the settings from main menu right now. So where's that settings button actually living? It's on HUD canvas. Well, right now I'll just give that a good sort order in front of the main menu, but behind settings. So main menu is sort order 1. Settings dialog is sort order 5. So let's put that HUD canvas at say 3. Then we've got a little bit of space either side. All right. So now I've got the settings button here. If I reset, now I've got my main menu, but my settings button's still visible. So that's good. And resetting it while my main menu is there should be fine. And still play the game. Good. Okay. I was doing that and I feel like there was possibly something else I wanted to do. I think that was more of the victory dialogue. This. Oh, was that what happened? Oh, right, okay. I can complete the level. You guys see, I'm on level 12 now. Yeah, that's definitely something that needs fixing. All right, where will I put that? That's pretty critical, so I think I'll put it in here in the alpha. Okay, so there is a moth over there on the windowsill. It's movement in periphery. And some primitive mammalian instinct is telling me that's very important. Because that's a good meal. Back when we were this high, you know. Need a much bigger moth to make a good meal now. Yes, can complete level. Well, level complete. Is showing. By BUY. I want the BY kind. By dragging photo out of into its slot. And there's actually something else I wanted to do though, which is when you complete the level, I wanted to, let's just get rid of that dialogue. When you complete the level, I wanted to basically, sort of say you were here and you finished the level, I wanted to pan and zoom to show you what you've just built, and then have the button for next level be sort of down here or something. That way you can inspect what you've made, and yeah, that's fun. I'm up to level 20 now. 21, 22, I'm an expert at this. So that victory dialog would become just a button down there. And what I'll want is to just set up a state machine here. State machine for game state. So we can be playing, or it can be like level complete, which means you can't move things. So when it's in level complete mode, then the photos will all be locked into their slots. So I need to add a check of that. It could also be things like main menu and stuff like that. Just think about that, but I can draw a state diagram for that. Where is the? If I draw on that background again. No, I haven't. Well, that's good. The checkboxes are hard to see though. There it is. Settings control. And let's make a new layer here. Game state machine. There we go. So let's just grab a fun color. What color is fun today? Let's go with this. So we've got our sort of basic middle state here of playing. There we go. So that's one of the states the game could be in. And that's when you can drag photos around and are able to pan and zoom and everything. And from playing, you can transition to level complete. So that is a state that is allowed. There is a built-in state machine in Unity, which is the animator. There we go. So this is a valid transition to go to level complete. And we can go from level complete to playing the next level. Or I could get a much bigger eraser. What am I doing? There, that worked. Where's my brush? Now I've got a bigger brush too. Or I could have some kind of starting level state. Or like a level transition, whatever I want to call it. And so we go from that to setting up the next level and then playing. And that would be useful just to show like in this case, we've got a book. So I could have, after level complete is finished, it can be turning the page to the next puzzle and show you that. But it could also do that during the level complete. Do I want it to? No, I don't. While it's starting the level, it should be zooming to show the next puzzle as well. So it might need to zoom out to show a bigger puzzle. So that does make sense as a different state. Because I think in level complete, I probably do want to allow pan and zoom. It would just initially zoom out to show the whole thing, and then you can zoom in and inspect all the different things in there. Okay, so that's sort of our basic level transitions. We also have main menu. And when you're in the main menu, you're not playing, but is that an actual different state for the game? Or is it just an overlay that stops you from being able to play the level that you're currently playing? Because I could have that button on the main menu just resume where you left off when you opened the main menu, which I currently don't have a way to do. But that could take you into a different state where you're not playing or level complete or starting a level. But then I would need to make sure it goes back to the right state afterwards. Like maybe it would always go from main menu to starting level. Perhaps. Right now, there's just no way to get back to the main menu. But I might not represent that as a state. It might just be in whatever state it might have been in. There might even just be some kind of initial state before it's done anything. Well, it's just showing the main menu, and you can open settings and tweak those, and then as soon as you hit start, then you do that. So that's like the entry point to the state machine, the state that it opens at. Or we could treat main menu as that, but then do we want that behavior? But yeah, that's what I'll probably do for this bug. And I think I'll fix that before tutorial system. Although I could exploit that bug to get the maybe after the tutorial system, because that will actually let me increment the levels. No. I can just add a button to my debug canvas that will start the next level or trigger level complete. So that's fine. All right, I can hear activity somewhere out there. So I think I'll call it there. Have I got this all working? I think so. Opening the main menu. And it's set on level 1, and right now when you click that button on the main menu, it does that. I better do that before the stats system. So let me just put that there. And I won't be doing that in today's stream though. Much better with extra spacing. Yeah, I won't do this on today's stream because I'm about out of time and it'll take a bit. If I rush it, then I won't be showing anybody how state machines can be put together properly. So let's leave it there. Let me commit what I've got. So last commit, I added that level progress reset button. And since then, I already deleted my item there that showed what I've done. But I've essentially got it showing the main menu. And fixing this thing here. Just make sure everything's saved. I don't remember if I just did that. Send them all on there. Oh, we've got something new, have we? Oh yeah, the sort orders of those menus I fixed up. Cool. All right, so show the main menu after resetting level progress. This is good because now I can get the game open on the web, which is, if you just look at that URL, you'll find merge people in there. And so I'll kick off a build as soon as I stop the stream. I'll be able to test it on various devices and reset the progress. So that's great. Yeah, also fixed up sort order of menus, dialogues. And make sure button re-enables. The settings dialog is closed before it's disabled. There we go. Probably more detail than I need because I'm not too likely to be combing back through these commits. It would mainly be if there was some kind of weird bug that started coming up. Then I might start looking for where I had made changes that might have done that and then see what I changed. Or another thing you can do is sort of go back through history, testing if a bug is present. And then when you find the commit where that bug first or stops being present back in time, then you can tell that it was the one after that that introduced it. And you can even do a binary search. So you knew the bug started happening somewhere in here. Then you can go, okay, well, let's just test a commit in the middle, see if the bug was present. And if it wasn't, then go halfway to further forward. If it was, then go halfway back. And then say it wasn't present here, then you go halfway between those 2 points until you find the exact point where some bug was introduced. And binary search is generally going to be the most efficient way to get to that with the minimal number of steps. Anyway, that is done. Changes checked in. Time to end the stream. Have a good rest of the day or sleep, depending what time zone you're in.